Hi, you're welcome. So, okay, so we are three now. Sadly, I couldn't um, link up with what's it called, TikTok. I'm not. There is an app I was trying to use in doing that, but then um, I would have to pay for it, which as it stands, it doesn't really make any sense to me. So um, just proceed on YouTube in the meantime. This is just like a test and a setting up thing. So let's just see how it goes. I would like for those of you on to just drop me a hi or just tell me your name and where you're watching from so that I would know who and who are on. Just do that for me. Just do that in the comment section so I can see and know you. Okay, so I'm not getting any feedback, and that is quite sad. It's just okay, three people in. If you hear, just kindly just drop what's it called? Just drop a hi with your name in the chat for me to know it's you. I just want to be sure that everything is going on well, and you can see what is going on. Just do that for me. Hey, Senior Gavi, I see you, sir. I see you, sir. Thank you for joining. Jay, good evening. Hi, Jay. Thank you for joining. So, since YouTube actually drops the video, we'll just get on with it and see what we can do today. So, this is just like an introductory class. So, let's see how it goes. So yeah, just going on, would see this is basically what Microsoft Excel looks like, and the Microsoft Excel interface. If you have watched the video I dropped on my channel, I think a few days ago, I'm just going to just run through it with maybe a bit more clarity, right? So Microsoft Excel interface, we have it's basically divided into 5 parts. We have the headers, so that is this entire part where you have the autosave all the way to this other end here, and then we have the ribbon from where you can see the file, right, all the way to where you can see the clipboard, the font, alignment, number, styles, and the likes, all the way to this end, right? And then we have what we call the formula bar, right? We have this entire part, so where you can see the A1, these FXX, and then this confirmation mark, and then this space. You can already see that it says formula bar there, right? So then we have the main part itself, where we call the worksheet, right? This is the worksheet. This is where you do your work, right? So basically Excel is a spreadsheet application. So it comprises of rows and columns. So these the spreadsheets. You have your rows, and then you have your columns, right? And then we have this I think it's called the accessibility part. I think if my memory serves me well. So you can see a few things here. You have these arrows, arrow left and arrow right. That's if you have multiple sheets, you can use this to navigate to different sheets. And then you have this plus sign as well. You can add a new sheet. You can see the existing sheets here. You have that, and you have this icon as well. It helps you scroll across the columns. I think this should be horizontally. Yeah, you can scroll horizontally, and then you have this as well here. You can scroll vertically, right? And then please just drop a comment if I am moving too fast or you need a clarity on something. Yeah. And then we have these 3 icons here as well. They are the view icons. So these 3 things, you can also see them at the top here where you have the view, right? So you see you have this is a normal view, this is a page layout view, and then we have the page break preview. All of them have their own usefulness. And then we have the zoom, the zoom commands as well. You can use this to zoom out. It makes your spreadsheet smaller, and then you can use this plus to zoom in. It makes your spreadsheet look bigger. And you can also come here where you have the number, double click, and it asks you which percentage you want. I can just select 100, and then I click OK, and it's come back. Or I can just come here and just click on this, it goes down, click on this, it goes back here, and then I come back to the middle. I'm not getting the accurate one. I'll just click on this, click 100%, or I can even change this as a custom here, and then I click OK. Alright, so that's basically the different aspects of the Excel part. But now let's just focus on the ribbons, right? Let's see what are the things that we can do here. So this aspect is divided into 3 parts, right? We have the we have the tab, right? We have the group, and then we have the commands. So the first thing is the tab, which is what you can see here: the home, insert, draw, layout. Those are the tabs. So you can click on them, and then you go to the different tab, a different tab, a different tab. But then the most commonly used one is the home. So we'll come to the home, and then under each tab we have what we call the group. So you can see each group has a name. You have the clipboard group, you have the font group, you have the alignment group, the number group, and so on. And then if we come to the insert tab as well, we have the tables group, you have the controls group, you have the charts group, you have the spark lines group, you have the filters group, links, comments, and so on. And then the draw, and so on and so on. Now, when we come back home, under each groups, we have commands, right? So under the clipboard, we have the paste command. So you press this. This was something I copied earlier, so it has pasted it here. I'm just going to delete this. And then we have the cut command. So some of them actually gives us the shortcuts to the command. So to cut is Control plus X, right? And then we can use that to cut. And then the paste to is Control plus V. And then leaving the clipboard group, we can come to the fonts group. We have this B. It tells us that it is bold, right? So make your text bold. That is the command. And then we have another command here, italicize your text, which is Control plus I. So if I type something, say today is Friday, right? And then I want to italicize this, I'll just press Control and then I, and then it is italicized. And I can also come here, change the font, right? There are different fonts. Let me just look for something that is not so common. Say, let me see. I saw something. What is this? Felix styling. Felix tilting, right? So you realize that the font has changed. That is another command. And then we can also change the font size as well. Change this to 16. And we can also increase the font size from here. We can reduce the font size from here. We can also underline this, right? We can put this in a border. So all border, or we can just, so let me just click outside so you can see the effect of the border. So open this up, so you can see this. So it's in a border, right? Just clicking this again and then make it thick outside borders. So you see that the borders are thicker, all right? And then we can also come here and then change the theme color, all right? So that's the cell color, right? I would talk about this as well. So this has changed, and then we can now change the font color. So I can make this white, all right? And then I can just align. Now we are the alignment group. Can align this to the top, to the middle, all right? And then we can align this to the center. So we can align left, we can align right, but we're aligning to the center. We can align to the top, we can align to the bottom, but then we want center, middle align, all right? And then we can even change this to look this way, all right? Can make it vertical, all right? So now Friday looks this way, and we can also say anti-clockwise, right? So Friday, okay, and we can just open this up a bit. So yeah, that's it. That's another thing we can do here. And we can also merge. So we can select two cells, all right? Select two cells, and then we can merge and center it. Okay, so this is another thing that we can do here. And then, so, okay, let me just undo that. I'll leave this out for now. And now we come somewhere here, say we type a number. Um, okay, let's use today's date for instance. Um, today's date is um, today is what? Let me see, 26th of December 2025. All right, now we've changed this. So Excel has automatically recognized this as a date. But if this is not a date and it is, say, a number, you realize that when we change this to, okay, it's general now, so it comes as numbers, which doesn't make any sense, right? So this can also be in a currency form. This doesn't make any sense. It's a date we want, right? So we can just come back here and change this to either, we looked at what we did initially was a short date, so we can use a long date now. So it's giving us 26th of December 2025. We'll go ahead to align this again and then align center. All right, so that's with that. So say we want to enter an amount 200,000. So this is supposed to be a figure, right? It's supposed to be like a currency or a number. There are a few ways we can do that to change this, because usually in accounting we have to bring what we call the thousand separator when we are entering a number. So we can just come, and also a decimal. So we can just come here, click on this. So it brings the decimal, but then the number separator is not there. So we can just come here again, change this to currency, and then it gives us a currency, which is pounds. That's the default. I think because the laptop is defaultly set to British English UK, yeah, and then change this to accounting again. It's still the same thing, but now let's see how best we can change this. So another way, now just Control Z to undo. Another way we can just change this easily is to come here and see comma style. So format with a thousand separator. So the moment you click on this, a thousand separator comes automatically. Otherwise, we can just come here, and usually when you see these things, it shows you that there are more things that are attached to this particular group than what we are seeing. So we can just click on this, and then this pops up for us. So when we saw currency the last time, we can change this. We can, okay, I prefer to use currency, so I can select a symbol. Let me see, I want to use Ghana city, so I just come down here all the way down. So I'm looking for GHC, so just select this. So how do I want the negative numbers to look? Do I want it to be negative but black, or I want it to be negative but red, or I want it to be I want the negative to come in front of it. Either way that I want, I can just select. So I prefer this, so I'll just click, and so I can also set the decimal place. So I can just click OK, and then we have the Ghana city here. All right, so do this and do this, and then we are good to go. Another way we can reduce the decimal places by clicking on this, and then we can increase it by clicking on this. All right, so that's a number, and then we can do conditional formatting as well. We can do highlight cell rules, so a date occurring, a text that contains. We'll look at these later on when we start the class proper, and all of these are just like ways that help you to what's the word, to analyze your data, right? It helps your data analysis. And then you can format if you are converting this to a table, and then we can change the cell style. I can change this to this or to this, so can change the accent of the color. So let me see, calculation, model, explanatory, inputs, all of these. So let me just use this. All right, I'll just use this. Okay, and I can also come here, can insert a cell. So shift cells um, down, click OK. So this one drops automatically. Control Z, I don't need that. So I can also come in, so insert sheet rows. So a row automatically inserts at the top, and then I can also come again and say insert sheet columns. A column automatically inserts at the left. So I can also delete sheet column, and then that is gone. I can also format this, can change the row height. So let me do this instead. I can change the row height. Let me see. It's currently set to 48. Let me do something very huge so that it will be significant. So 60, and then realize that this has expanded a bit, right? So I can also format again. So we can just do this automatically. If I select auto fit row height, automatically adjust to this. So it is picking it based on this particular one, right? This particular cell. So that's how come this is hidden. So yeah, there's that. So that's a way formatting. You can do the same thing with columns, and then we can hide rows and columns, rename sheet, and a lot of things that we can do there. All right. So yeah. So that's just the introduction to Microsoft Excel interface. So we just end here for today. This is just like a test stream. So we'll continue. Maybe I'll do another test stream later, maybe tomorrow or Sunday or Monday. But I'll buzz you because I want to see how best I can incorporate this with a TikTok live and see. So thank you guys for joining, and I would see you in the next one. Yeah, thank you.